Since Clone Wars Season 7 ended this year, many fans have wondered what will be the next Star Wars animated series. We started things off in 2008 with Clone Wars, then we did 4 seasons of Star Wars Rebels, 2 seasons of Star Wars Resistance, and after finishing up the story with Clone Wars Season 7 in this May, it looks like Lucasfilm is ready to start up another animated series. According to the guys at Kessel Run Radio who put these tweets saying, we can 100% say the next Star Wars animated series features the Bad Batch as the main leads. It'll take place after the Siege of Mandalore, and Hunter, Crosshair, Tech, Wrecker, and Echo will all be back. We don't know if Dave Filoni is involved with the series, but a lot of people that worked on the Clone Wars will be on this show. Hopefully we get an announcement this summer, as I imagine this was going to be announced at Celebration. We have heard from several different reliable sources on this. Corey and I are big Star Wars Clone Wars fans, and I'm just as hyped as everyone else. This is something we'd never make up or guess at. We wouldn't do that for anything we put out, which is exactly what someone who would make this up and guess at would put out. No, I'm joking. I'm just saying that because it is something they would say. The other guy, Corey, though, added in a later tweet saying, upon talking to more sources, a lot of them are calling this a Rebels successor series. Going back to what we said, this isn't Rebels 2. The series will be about more than just the hunt for Ezra. If I had to guess, we'll see Zeb and Hera turn up at some point. Now, I'll be honest, I have been a little cautious on believing what these two guys have to say when it comes to scoops, since they've claimed a lot of things in the past, but I've only seen, I think, one scoop come true, which was the Star Wars Celebration being canceled, and that really wasn't too hard to predict happening, but I don't like covering false rumors. But Bespin Bulletin, who I think is credible, also added to this story, which I think offers a lot more validity. Bespin Bulletin says in a tweet, months upon months ago, pre The Rise of Skywalker, I was told there was a successor to Rebels in development. What that is, I don't know. The word sequel wasn't used. It didn't seem imminent. It appears Corey, and he's talking about the guy from Kessel Run Radio, is now hearing a successor series also. So I think that offers a little bit more credibility, and I wouldn't take this as a grain of salt, maybe like a pinch of salt. I take this a lot more seriously than a lot of the other rumors going around in the world. So if all of this is true, then it looks like the next animated series in the Star Wars universe will be following the Bad Batch group. And after their arc in Season 7 of the Clone Wars, it does make a lot of sense. When their 4-episode arc concluded, the biggest question I had was, what happened to these guys when Order 66 was going on? And maybe that was the point of introducing them into the final season, then sending them off to another part of the war, so fans can wonder and ask how their story ends. If I'm being honest here, here's how I think how things went down at Lucasfilm when coming up for this idea, due to what the information we have right now. Before The Rise of Skywalker came out in 2019, Lucasfilm knew they had to come up with an idea for another animated series after the Clone Wars ended in May of 2020. And I'm sure there was a lot of ideas that were being pitched around, but the general theme was this was supposed to be a successor to Rebels. And after Clone Wars Season 7 doing big numbers on Disney+, Lucasfilm saw that success and wanted to use the arc from Season 7 with the most potential for an entire series. In comes the Bad Batch group. Since they're part of the most recent season, fans and casual audiences will have that recency biases and remember them a lot better. Not only do we have a character from history of the Clone Wars show, for fans like Echo, the Bad Batch represents an easy storytelling premise, a group of the best clones ever after the events of Order 66, or maybe the series takes place during the events of Order 66. We really have no idea. The tweets only said it's after the Siege of Mandalore, so we could possibly see how they dealt with the fall of the Jedi Order and the Republic. In Corey's tweet, he says it has more to do than just the hunt for Ezra, and we could also see Zeb and Hera, but if that's part of the series, then it must be taking place after Episode 6 as well. So if Lucasfilm is getting really bold, we could have a new series that spans from post-Revenge of the Sith to post-Return of the Jedi. I mean, that's a long time period. There's a lot of possible storylines to follow with this rumored series. But what do you think? Are you excited for a series about the Bad Batch? Will it take place after Revenge of the Sith? Or will it take place after Return of the Jedi? Or maybe both. A show that spans multiple decades may have a lot of potential for Star Wars. Tell me your thoughts below. I'm Star Wars Only. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe because it does help out the channel. I'll see you all next time, and may the Force be with you, always.